Guys, Angus here. Got another airsoft gun video for you guys today. Back from a short break, I got a pretty cool video for you guys. Today, as you can tell, we're outdoors. We are going to be doing a performance test. Not only are we going to be chronoing the gun in my hands, we're also going to be taking a few shots down range to see how accurate it is. And the gun we're going to be testing out today is this very neat one. Rarely see these on the airsoft market. This is the S&T Armament PPSH-41. If you're interested in purchasing it, there'll be a link down below in the description to airsoftStation.com where you can buy the gun for about $270. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into some of the details of this video here. Again, we're going to be chronoing and taking a few shots down range, starting off with the Chrono. For the Chrono, we've got our 2,000 round drum magazine loaded up with 0.2 gram BBs and a 7.4 volt 1100 milliamp LiPo battery charged up in the stock and ready to go. So with that being said, let's go ahead and chrono the S&T PPSH-41. Alright, so we've got the Extra-Tech chronograph set up and ready to go. Let's see how hard the S&T PPSH is firing. Feet per second up first. Again, 0.2 gram BBs. 372.8. 365.7, 342.7, 369.2, 366.3, 365, and 369.9. So you're looking right around the 360 to 370 feet per second area. That 342, probably a fluke. Now let's check out this gun's rate of fire in the form of rounds per minute, again off of a 7.4 volt LiPo battery. 689 rounds per minute. As you can see, that converts roughly into about 11.5 rounds per second. Alright, so looking at the chronograph results, I'm pretty pleased. Feet per second wise with 0.2 gram BBs, obviously the hop up set to 0, we're looking at about 360 to 370 FPS, which is a great FPS for field, and also, depending on if your field chronos with 0.25s for CQB, this weapon could pass to go into some CQB combat as well. So overall, it's got a very nice feet per second on it, can go either way, solid for field and possibly for CQB. Rate of fire, a little bit on the lower side to some airsofters. They're seeing right around the 680 to 700 rounds per minute area, which is perfectly respectable. Same thing with the rounds per second of at 11.5. This is on a 7.4 volt LiPo, be it a lower milliamp one, so maybe the rate of fire would be a little bit better if you went ahead and slapped in a higher milliamp 9.6 volt, just the battery space might be a little bit tight and cramped when you finally squeeze it in there. But overall, the chrono results are fairly pleasing, so now we're going to go ahead and take a few shots downrange at a target placed about 110 feet away. We'll be switching out to 0.25 gram BBs for this accuracy test, and obviously we're going to be adjusting our hop-up. We won't be changing the battery. So let's go ahead and take a few shots downrange, see how accurate the S&T Armament PPSH is. Alright, so we're set up at about 110 feet away. Sorry for the crude launch air target. However, as you can see, it'll work out very well and is a very good target for these shooting tests. Again, we've got our hop-up adjusted, 0.25 gram BBs in the magazine, and a 7.4 volt LiPo in the stock. So let's go ahead, take a few shots, semi-auto up first. Alright, so semi-automatic looks decent. A lot of BBs are staying right in that general area. However, a couple of them are generally slightly missing the targets. Let's try full auto, see how accurate the gun is when firing 700 rounds a minute downrange. Full auto seems to be a bit more accurate. Alright, so accuracy-wise with the PPSH, it's actually looking pretty good. Semi-auto, a bit more sporadic, however the groupings are all in the general region of the chair. We saw quite a few hits, but a couple misses as well, more so slight misses going through that one slit in the chair, and a couple veering to the right. Otherwise, though, semi looks fairly accurate. Full auto, we're seeing some pretty good accuracy here. It's sending a burst down range, and every time at least one BB is hitting the target, so technically your opponent would still be out. A little bit of the cloud effect, but not as bad as I've seen on some guns. The BBs generally tend to stay in a straight line and come into contact with the target. A couple of them flying off to the right, but otherwise they are going generally in the same direction. You might notice a couple BBs dropping down at about this distance. One thing I have to report is the hop-up unit on the gun isn't too impressive. I don't think this is going to be a gun that you're really going to be packing high ranges with. Maybe 110 to 130 feet, probably going to be ideal range for this gun. Combine that with the feet per second we discussed earlier, overall my rating for the performance test is this is a solid gun. However, it's more so going to be at home in a field or CQB style situation, especially more so in those fields where it's a little bit closer quarter, say some closer barricades together. I could definitely see this being a nice gun to use there. But then if you were to take it into an actual CQB situation, I think it's a little too clunky to be lugging around in there. But otherwise, the performance on the gun is decent. You get a solid FPS, a solid rate of fire that's perfectly respectable, and some pretty nice accuracy. So with that being said, guys, this has been Deathcore Airsoft's performance test of the S&T Armament PPSH-41 electric blowback AEG. Thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe.